I think that any form of creative arts that allows you to open up yourself in a way that words can't normally express just on their own is a fantastic way to be able to put yourself out into the world and really show everybody who you actually are.
I kind of let them know that they're learning in a very safe environment. That's first and foremost, and definitely always that it's not a competition. You know what I mean? With their fellow students. And that it's better to obviously make mistakes. Now in a sympathetic kind of rehearsal environment than the hard way. Going out into gigs and stuff like that.
Mental challenges that musicians come across are when they're trying to compare themselves to others. And don't forget that you are unique. And other people are also comparing themselves to you. So don't automatically put yourself at the bottom of the pile. Other people look up to you too. Also, there is a habit of listening to that little voice in our head that tells us that we're not good enough. We didn't play that bar perfectly. We did so much better when we played that at home. But if you think about all the positive things that you do in your performance, they far outweigh the negative. And any audience, whether it's an examiner, whether it's a paying audience, whether it's your friends, your family, your school, they are there to listen to you and to support you. They don't care whether you played a B instead of a B flat. What they're listening to is the whole performance. And if you're relaxed and if you're enjoying it, they will too.
So in terms of preparing for a performance, my top tip actually is to think about that performance as being a simple moment in time. Actually, what's happening is that you are creating, if you like, a snapshot of how you feel as a person to explain that to everybody else. And do you know what? It's okay actually if sometimes your performances are centered around not feeling so great. And sometimes they're centered around feeling amazing. But the key thing is that actually you can prepare yourself for that. And as long as you understand that what you're going to be doing when you're performing is putting yourself into a bit more of a vulnerable state, allowing other people to understand how you feel as a person, then actually don't think about it as having nerves around a performance, but think around it as about actually you're letting people know how you really feel.
What I would like to hear is that you can do it. You have the skills, and knowledge, and the big one with me is that I can trust in my ability. You know what I mean? To actually handle whatever the situation is. It's just building up that trust in myself, and that I can just overcome whatever.
So if you've just done a performance, whether it's a public performance or an exam, I know it's difficult to not focus on the negative because you're kicking yourself. I can normally play that bar right. Why didn't I do it correctly? Forget about that. And for every one thing that you think you did negatively, say out loud 3 things that you did well. Practice feeling positive. Practice telling yourself that you did a good job. So people experience a rush, it's adrenaline after a performance, and they have this great happiness hormone whizzing around their body, and it can be quite quick before it disappears. So it's really important, whilst you're in that positive mindset and while you're remembering how it feels, maybe make a note. You could do a vlog, you could do a selfie video on your phone and just talk to the phone saying how great you feel, and then watch it back when you're not feeling so positive. Write it down maybe. Tell a friend, tell a member of the family. Just tell somebody or communicate it in a way that you can watch it back and remember how great that it felt. So every day, Play your musical instrument, feel that happiness hormone, and tell people about it. Everybody should learn how to play a musical instrument.
The best thing about when you've achieved a fantastic performance and you go for the next one is that you continually want to push yourself as a person. Naturally, I think that we probably all want to do this, that as we move forward and we've performed a fantastic piece of music, then we look to challenge ourselves to the next piece of music or the next creative output. And that's a fantastic character of all musicians. Musicians are naturally very self-aware people, so we look at actually, well, what went fantastically well the first time I did something, and for the next one, how can I make it even better? How can I challenge myself? And that's a fantastic trait and prepares you for life, not just as a performer, but more generally. It makes you a really great, resilient person.
Eat, work, sleep. Them
Wow.
three.
Wow.
That's what it means to me.
Wow.
Self-care, compassion, and talk. If you're feeling any form of anxiety, just talk to someone and you'll feel so much better.
Even if you're not feeling good about yourself, you can still feel positive about yourself. If you're not having a great day, you can still have a positive outlook on what things can be like in the future. So my first word has got to be positive. My second one is aware, and that's aware of yourself and aware of what you're up to at that particular moment as well. So positivity first, awareness second, and the third word, I would say that's about being yourself. I know that's not really a word, but actually, if you can be true to yourself and express who you want to be, then that is all you can really ask for. So be positive, be aware, and be yourself.